Hello, my name is Lily and welcome to my bookland. Today I'm going to rate all the books I've read in July from the best book to the worst book. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow my Instagram account. So the first book that we're going to talk about is King of Wrath by Ana Huang. It's an arranged marriage, a forced proximity trope, and it's the story between Vivian Lau and Dante Russo. Vivian is an event planner in New York, and she's the perfect daughter that her family needs, and now she's going to marry Dante, who she doesn't know, for the sake of her family. And on the other side of the story, Dante is forced into marriage. Dante is an arrogant control freak, billionaire CEO of Russo Group, and he's forced into this marriage by Francis Lau, Vivian's father. He's blackmailing Dante, and he has to marry Vivian for the sake of his family, especially his brother. So in this book, Dante agrees to engage Vivian for a year, and during this year he tries to find the evidence that Francis is trying to blackmail him with. And I have to say, the book is a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and it's for now. If you ask me a month later, I'm going to say it's maybe 3.5 or 4 at most, but for now it's 4.5. So, as I mentioned, it's the first book of a series. For the first book of a series, you must have something really great so you can keep your audience, your readers, to go and buy the next books of the series, but this one was not like that. And I have to say, if it wasn't written by Ana Huang, it wouldn't be popular this much, and it would have received more critics than it has right now. But I had a really high expectation of this book, and not in the spice and not in the plot. It didn't meet my expectations. For example, one of the things that I really didn't like about this book was that it was so repetitive. It doesn't have any excitement in the book, and the spicy scenes were good but not good enough. And the other thing is that the second book is about Kai and Isabella, but you would find nothing special about them in this book that make you eager to go and read their story. For example, when I finished Twisted Hate, I remember that I was dying to know the story of Stella and Christian. But in this book, no. Nothing about Kai and Isabella, other than some exchanging looks and some eyebrows, and nothing just beyond that. I read this book with an audiobook. It was my first time reading a book with audiobook, and totally I haven't listened to audiobooks before, and it was a really enjoyable time reading a book with its audiobook. So I recommend that, and maybe one of the reasons that I give 4.5 to this book is because of reading it with an audio. But I have to say, if this book wasn't written by Ana Huang, it wouldn't be this popular. But as a book that you want to read it once, it's good. It's good enough, okay? But I had more expectations, that's all. So the second book that I'm going to talk about is Mile High by Tomforde. It's sports romance, hockey romance, workplace romance, and all the tropes that I like. And I really like this book too. It's the story between a flight attendant called Stevie and a hockey player called Evan Zanders. So in this book, Zanders is a hockey player, a bad boy that Chicago loves, and Stevie is just a flight attendant, and she has a really bad experience of dating a professional athlete, and she has decided not to do that anymore. But in this story, she finds herself attracted to Xander's, but she cannot date him. Why? Because there is a bad girl called Tara in this book. She's the lead flight attendant, and she said that if any flight attendant dates with any of the hockey players on the plane, they're going to be fired and they're going to lose their job. So Stevie doesn't want to lose her job, and there's this tension between them, and the spicy scenes are great. The story is great. Everything about this book is great, and it's one of the best sports romance I've ever read. But I have to say that there are some things that could be better in this book. For example, it could be a lot shorter. It's a really big book, so it's one thing. It could be shorter, and the other thing is that actually it's a positive point. I really liked how the author explained the insecurities that Stevie had, and how Xander's words and how he treated her made her to overcome the insecurities and make her a confident girl. So it shows that we need to watch our attitude, and we need to watch our words toward each other, and how our words can affect someone's life, and both in a positive way and in a negative way. But the second thing that I didn't like about this book was the fact that Indy, her friend, Stevie's friend, and her brother, Ryan, are going to make the second book of this series. But the side story they had in this book was not really good. Like, Stevie forces Indy to go and live with Ryan because of some circumstances. But I think it wasn't a good idea to start a book with this, and it could be a better side story considering that they're going to be the second book. But every other thing about this book was perfect and loved. Really good. 4.5 out of 5. So the next book that I'm going to talk about and I've read in July is Twisted Games, again by Ana Huang. I've talked about this book in my previous videos, and I'm not going to bother you listening to just some repetitive reviews about this book. And I just say the trope if you haven't read it. It's Princess Bodyguard, forbidden romance, and it's a good book. I have to say it's a good book, and it's again another reason that I had higher expectations from King of Wrath, and it was just a good book. And Rice is just such a good guy, such a good bodyguard. I want a bodyguard like him, but I'm not a princess, so I'm not going to have a bodyguard. And I would give a 4 out of 5 stars to this book, and it's loved. It's loved. So next one is Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. It's a thriller mystery, and it's a great book. It's the story of Ellie or Ella. I'm not sure. I can't remember it right now. Ellie, we say that one morning she goes out and she says that I'm going to library, but then she never came back. And it's the story of her family after this incident, and it's a very, very good thriller, good plot twist, and this plot is so smooth, and the characters are well described. You can feel real feelings toward the characters. You would love them, be sorry for them, or if you're really emotional, you may even cry with some parts of it. I didn't cry, but you may cry with it. And especially the bad character. I really liked the bad character because I hated her the second her name was mentioned. I have to say that the plot twist was good too. It had good plot twist, and it's short. You can read it so fast, and as I said, this plot is so smooth, and all the good things that a thriller book needs to have, it has. So the only thing that I didn't like about this book is that it's written in third person, and I hoped it was written in first person, because I can relate to characters, feel their feelings, and just keep going with them throughout the story more. But it's not something that special and that bad, but I wish it wasn't in third person. Other than that, it's a really good plot and good story. And if you've been like me and you've just read romance, I suggest that you read something other than romance, like thriller. Actually, it had romance in the book too. It had a little bit of romance, but not that much as like this one. Not that much. So I recommend it. I just recommend it. So the last book that I read in July, and now I'm going to talk about it, it's The End Zone. It's sports romance, friends to lovers, and I cannot say how much I dislike this book. I just would give it 1.5 stars, and I didn't like anything about this book, because for most part of this book, there was nothing happening. They were going to grab lunch. They were going to grab dinner. Just go for a walk, go for a run. And it was how the football games were going on. And there was nothing happening between these two characters. You know, I think that there are just two options in a book. You like the character, you don't like the character. I felt nothing about these characters. Like nothing. I didn't like them and I didn't hate them. Nothing. And there could be a love story, a great smooth love story between two friends that are like each other's best friend for 10 years, and what is it? That they're each other's best friend for 10 years, but still there's nothing happening between them. Why I don't like this book is not because of the disappointment and the bad feeling that the main character has. It's completely normal. Every professional athlete may feel like this. But the reason that I don't like this book is because of how bad it's written. The sentences, the chapters, the plot, everything. It's not well built, well written. I wish it was great, because it's my favorite trope. And the other thing that I don't like about this book is that Nate repeats the same sentences every time someone asks, "How are you, Nate?" And he talks about how he has to lie people while saying, "I'm okay," while he's not okay. And he just goes to these same sentences every time someone asks him how you are, and then again the same sentences when Mia asks how you are. You know, he says, "The only person that I can be okay with and the only person that I can describe my emotions with is Mia." Okay. Again, 10-page forward, the same sentences is repeating, and it makes the book going nowhere. Absolutely no love plot. And the spice is a big no. It's not spicy that much, but some small spicy scenes that it has is a no. It's 1.5 stars, and I have to say it's not the worst book that I've ever read in my life, but it's the worst book that I read in July. So 1.5 is only because of the advices it had about how a professional athlete may feel these disappointments. Other than that, no, thank you, no. So this was my July review. If you liked the books, if you have any opinion about any of the books I've said, and if you liked this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel and follow my Instagram account. Thank you. Goodbye.